The name is Calypso Banana Puffy Sleeves. Nice to meet you, and welcome to episode 6 of why the UV5R is the best ham radio ever conceived by mankind, and why ham radio operators around the world love it. The invention of the Baofeng UV5R was so revolutionary and changed the world so much that the inventor, Chinese billionaire Feng Hua, won the Nobel Peace Prize for forever changing the world for the better with his invention, the Baofeng UV5R. In this episode, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use your Baofeng UV5R as a scanner. I'm going to show you how to find and then program in frequencies of your local police department or whatever's around you, you would be surprised at who uses radios that you can listen to in your area. I'm going to show you how to program them in without a computer, without a cable to mess with, right on the keypad. I'll show you what the little buttons mean. I've done some videos showing what the buttons are for, but they're confusing. They're complicated. So I'll show you what they mean in the context of getting a frequency or a bunch of frequencies in to scan through, and then I'll show you how to scan through them. I will keep this video short and to the point. I will not waste your time, your valuable time, with a stupid intro with music and graphics. I'm not going to try to teach you to hit the bell like some of those other YouTubers are that insult your intelligence, assuming you're too stupid to know what that bell is for, assuming you're too stupid to know what the subscribe button is for. I'm not going to waste your time, and I'm not going to insult your intelligence. I'll leave it up to all those other YouTubers to insult your intelligence. I'm using a UV5R with a larger battery, so it may look slightly different than your UV5R. This larger battery lasts a lot longer than the standard battery that comes with it. I'll put a link to this battery down below. It's not very expensive. It's good to have not just an extra battery, but an extra battery that lasts a lot longer. Using your UV5R, you can listen to pretty much any public agency. A lot of agencies out there use radios that you'd never even think about. Of course, fire and police, park services, county services, city services, street sweepers, ambulances, and then private companies as well. You can use the UV5R to listen to any of those as long as they're transmitting between about 100 megahertz and no higher than 500 megahertz. Those are the ranges that the UV5R can receive. UV5R is an analog-only radio, so if they are transmitting in a digital signal or if it's scrambled or encrypted in any way, you won't be able to receive it, but there's a lot that you can listen to using the UV5R. So the first thing you need to do is find what frequencies the agency or whoever you want to listen to is using. The best way to do that is to go to radioreference.com, and I've got my printout. I went to radioreference.com, typed in my zip code or my city, and it shows all the agencies in my area and what frequencies they're using. So I've got this. Now in my area, you can see we've got all kinds of sheriff and fire, but they're all in this 800 megahertz range. So none of those, I won't be able to use any of those. So we scratch those off. I've then got these are TAC frequencies used by fire and police, 700 megahertz range. Not going to be able to listen to those. All right, so now I've got this 465,000 used by some voice paging system. That could be interesting to listen to if it's within my range. Just because it's listed as in your area, depending on the power that they're using and how and what type of antennas they're using, you may or may not be able to hear them. I've got these 463, actually it's all the same frequency, 463-200, being used by Calico Ghost Town, very interesting place, the Cucamonga Gausti Regional Park, and they're using the same frequencies, but they're 100 miles away from each other. So this Gausti Park is just a few miles away from me. Calico Ghost Town is 75 miles away from me, so I will not be able to hear that one, but I will be able to hear probably this regional park. And then these lower frequencies, 150 range, I should be able to receive just depending on where they are. So let's go over some of the functions of the UV5R. My favorite radio. I reset mine to the factory defaults. So now she's speaking Chinese. So this is how it would look right out of the box as far as what you see on the screen. Yours probably looks different if you've been playing with it. So there's a few buttons here. It's important that you understand what they're for, what they're used for. The VFO MR mode button switches between VFO or frequency mode and channel mode. Frequency mode means you can just punch in a frequency and listen to it. Channel mode is a frequency that you've saved. So then you would have channels 1 through, I think it's got 128 channels. You can go through those saved channels instead of having to put in a frequency every time. So I'm going to show you how to put a frequency in, save it in a channel, and then scan through those channels to use the radio as a scanner. And we're going to be using just the keypad. And because we're using just the keypad, we're not going to be able to put descriptive names when we store the channels. To do that, you need to use the software. The Chirp software is what I use, but we're not going to go over that today. I've got another video showing the basics of how to use Chirp to program one of these. You can watch that right up there. We're going to do it all without any software, without a computer, without any cables to fuss with, but that will have some limitations. So that was the VFO MR button, switching between frequency mode and memory mode. AB switches between the two frequencies that you see listed. This radio, you can view or listen to or talk on 2 different frequencies at the same time or switch between the 2. And the little arrow there indicates if you're listening to or talking on the upper frequency or the lower frequency. And you switch between it by pressing AB. VFO MR mode, when you hit it, oh, she's talking Chinese still, switches you between channel mode and frequency mode. And you can see now that I'm in channel mode because you can see that channel number that has come up right there. Your other buttons that you've got here that we're going to care about are the menu button, exit, and the scan button. You can see the little word scan in blue. That's what we're going to use to scan through all the channels after we get them saved. So the basic way that the menuing works, and once you have an idea and understand how the menuing works, it gets easier from there. That's the biggest roadblock for most people. It was for me, is understanding how the damn menu works. Basically, you press menu. She's still speaking Chinese. This puts us in menu mode. So right now, the menu, we're in the squelch option. And because I didn't do anything, it automatically went back to the regular screen. So I hit menu again. And I'm at menu option 0, which is squelch. I can use the up and down arrow to go through the different options. Many of these options you will not even care about. You can just totally ignore them. There's specific ones that we'll need to go to make the changes. Okay, it went away again because I waited too long. Menu. And the way you make a change is you see the little caret here. It means that's the menu item that you're on. Now we're on item 1. You can see the little number 1 there blinking. Item 2. Some of these are self-explanatory. Some of them are written in another language practically. So I'm going to find the language setting by going through the different options. Now I'm on option number 10. I don't know what number the language setting is, so I'm just going to have to go up using the up arrow until I find something that looks like the word language. Okay, voice. Chinese. She's speaking Chinese. So to teach her how to speak English, now that I'm in that menu option, I'm going to hit menu again. And you can see now that the caret is down here, meaning I can make a change to that line. And by hitting the up and down arrow, I can turn the voice off completely, or I can change it to ENG, which, as we all know, means English. So I've selected that. I hit the menu again to confirm. And now she knows how to speak English. And if we go back, so I hit exit to get out of the menu option, or I could have just waited a few seconds and it would have exited out automatically. So I've hit menu again. Now she speaks English. And I can continue with whatever it was I was doing. And that's how all of these menu options work. You either use the up and down arrow button once you're in menu mode to go to the one you want, or if you know what menu option it is, because you memorized it or you looked it up somewhere, you could just hit that number to go straight to it. So for example, the squelch was number 0, so I can hit 0. Takes me right to squelch. I can hit 27, which is one that we're going to use later. Takes me right to 27. So up and down arrow to maneuver through all the settings, or just hit the number if you know the number to the option that you want. So now that I have my frequency, so we're going to program this one, that one, and this park. So we're going to put in 3 frequencies, and then we're going to scan through them. So we know what frequencies we're going to put in. We're going to put in 453, 200. I call that 200, but it's listed as 2000, 159, 1200, and 155, 1075. So to store this channel in a memory so that then we can scan through it later, first thing we need to do is go into frequency mode or VFO mode. I can see that because I've got numbers here, I'm in channel mode, and I can also confirm just by hitting the orange button, she'll tell me what mode I'm in.
Frequency mode.
So now we're in frequency mode. Now this frequency is already here because I already typed it in, but I'm just going to show you the steps again so that as not to confuse you. So I'm in frequency mode. I know that because she told me I was in frequency mode after I hit the VFO MR button, and there's no channels showing here. So I know I'm in frequency mode. All I do is type in that frequency. It happens to be here already.
4, 5, 3, 2, 0, 0.
But I just typed it again. So now that I've typed in the frequency, to store that in a channel, I just hit the menu button. I find the channel setting option. I happen to know that it's 27, so I'm just going to hit 27. All right, memory channel, and I need to tell it where to store it. So I'm going to hit menu again.
Memory channel.
And I'm going to store it in channel 1. So notice here too that channel 1, channel 2 just shows the numbers. Channel 0 says CH. CH means there's already stored something there, and you'd have to delete it before entering a new frequency. So if I was going to store on channel 0, I'd have to delete it, but I'm not. I'm going to store on channel 1. So I select channel 1 by using the up and down arrow key and hit menu.
Receiving memory.
I now have channel 1 is saved, and you know that it's saved because now it says CH. So I hit exit. Now we're back to the VFO screen. So now if I switch to channel mode, I've got my upper screen is on channel 1. Lower screen is on channel 127. I think that's a default channel that's programmed no matter what. Either that or I put it there. I don't remember. So upper is 453, 200, channel 1. Lower, which I can switch to now, is channel 127. I can receive on both of these channels at the same time. If I were going to transmit, when I press the press to talk button, it's only going to transmit where the little indicator is. Since we're not transmitting, that doesn't matter. Okay, so first one is saved. Now let's put in our second frequency. This Valley Cajon Pass sounds fun and exciting. So I make sure I'm back in frequency mode. I know I'm in channel mode, one, because when I hit the button the last time, the nice lady told me I was in channel mode, but I can also see channels here. So I know I'm in channel mode. So I'm going to switch back to frequency mode.
Frequency mode.
Now I'm in frequency mode. All I have to do is type in my frequency, 159, 1200.
159, 12, 0.
Oh, and there's something going on there. All right, so I've typed the frequency in. Now to save it, I'm going to hit menu. Because I was already there, memory channel option number 27 is already selected. I hit menu again. It's flashing like that because it's picking up static. It's picking up a signal, and the radio is set to change colors as it receives. So I want to store this on channel. So channel 1 is already taken. You can see that because the CH is there. I want to store this on channel 2. Menu again. And she confirmed it, but I had the volume down. So now, memory 2, I hit exit. Go back to channel mode. 159, 1200. Channel 2, if I go down, my 453, 200 is on channel 1. So let's enter our third one. Big Bear Valley Patch, whatever that is. So I'm still in channel mode because I see my channels here. I'm going to switch back to frequency mode.
Frequency mode.
I'm going to type in my new frequency. So I typed it in, I hit menu, channel mode. I want to save this on channel 3. So I hit menu to select channel and I go up. Channels 1 and 2 are already taken because it shows the CH. Channel 1 is taken, channel 2 is taken, channel 3, that's the one I want.
Receiving memory.
So now I've got channels 1, 2, and 3 stored. Okay, so we've got 3 channels in here now. Channel 3, I'm in channel mode because I can see the channel numbers.
2.
Channel 2,
1.
and channel 1. Now let's say that I wanted to replace channel 3 with my countywide tactical number, my countywide tactical frequency, 153.8300. So I want that to be my new channel 3. So what I would need to do is first delete that old channel 3 that's already in there. So I go to menu, scroll through. I scroll through and I find the delete channel option. Delete channel. I hit menu to select that that's what I want to do, and I go up and down until I find channel 3. I hit menu to confirm. Channel 3 is now gone, and notice that little CH is no longer showing there like it was. Now it's just 003. I hit exit to return to the screen. Now I can program in my new channel 3 frequency. I'm still in channel mode. I want to switch back to frequency mode. I want to put in my new frequency, 153.830.
153.830.
I hit menu. I go to the save channel option, which is menu option number 27, but I just got there using the up and down arrow. I hit menu to go through and select which channel I want to save it in. Channel 1 is taken because there's a CH. Channel 2 is taken. Channel 3 is not taken because I just deleted it. So I select it by hitting menu again.
Receiving memory.
Now when I hit exit, I'm back in frequency mode. There's no channels showing there. Hit
Channel mode.
switch back to channel mode. I see channels now, and she told me it's in channel mode. My channel 3 is now 153.800. So we've got 3 channels, 3 exciting new frequencies that we want to listen to continuously. We want to scan through them. So to scan through, all you need to do is make sure that you're in memory mode. If you're not, if you're in frequency mode, switch back to memory mode, or channel mode as she calls it, and press and hold the star button, which you can see in blue also says scan. I'm going to press and hold that for a second.
Scanning begin.
And there she says, scanning begin. And when it picks up a signal, it will stop and let you listen to it. So you can see now that it's scanning through. And it will automatically stop and...
Our call's going to be in...
Oop.
Here. You show hammer on scene.
There are already exciting and interesting things going on. Now, there are some drawbacks with using this as a scanner. It scans very slowly, so if you've got 100 channels, it's going to take several seconds to get through the entire list. And it is possible that as it's stepping through all the channels, it's up on channel 99. Somebody could be talking down on channel 3. It doesn't know it until it gets back around to it. It does that very slowly. And that, my friend, is how you make your UV5R into a scanner. It's not rocket science. I told you it would be easy. If you have any questions about using the UV5R as a scanner, or the legalities of using it as a scanner, or doing other things with the UV5R, the world's greatest radio, leave a comment below. Stupid comments and dickhead comments will be pinned to the top for everybody to marvel at. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just wait. A week or so after this video has been posted, look for the pinned comment. There's a lot of morons on YouTube that love to leave stupid comments. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you on the trail.